Well, hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to this week's edition of Meta Market Weekly. I'm Justin along with our co-host Fernando. We're excited to be back here, and do we have a show for you today? There's so much going on, and there's cool things too. Hey, the whole market is up a pretty decent amount. We've got some exciting things going on, and the system, or the powers that were, like I like to call it, are being exposed more and more. So that's very cool, and people are catching on to what they're doing. Hey Fernando, how you doing, man?
Hey, Justin, absolutely. I agree with everything you just said. We have a very interesting podcast today. There's a lot going on, as I'm sure you're aware, and almost everyone who follows Bitcoin, the price is now starting to climb. So I know a lot of people are happy. I'm happy. I'm sure you're happy as well, Justin. And we're gonna be talking about all of that. And yeah, so as usual, I'm going to be sharing a quick market analysis. And then we're going to be talking about what we were just saying and sharing some other articles. So let me start by bringing my trading view profile. Awesome. So as you can see here, couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how the market was going to react possibly, and everything went according to what we were talking about. I'm very happy that the scenario played out.
Fernando
So
called it again.
yeah. I mean, I'm not always right. I mean, it's not about being right or wrong. It's
I
about
know, I
just
know.
setting up a plan, several plans. So in trading, it's not about setting up a plan and being right. It's
Right.
about setting, I don't know, like two or three different scenarios, and one of them is going to play out.
Yeah, to protect
And
yourself,
yeah,
100%. I agree with you.
yeah. And if you're a future trader or something like that, so you have scenario one, scenario two, and scenario three. So if scenario one doesn't work out, it's probably either two or three. And then once you figure out which one works out, you can make more money, or you can just you can make more money by betting on it on futures, or you can just protect yourself and leave the market. So this time the scenario played out perfectly. And right now we just crossed today this resistance level. We have a tiny resistance here, a very small resistance, because this level was not touched many times. So the resistance is at 31K, and we just passed the 31K mark today. Not by a lot. I mean, we barely crossed the 31K mark, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep going up. I traced a very likely scenario that's gonna happen in the coming weeks and months. So I'm expecting that I don't know, somewhere between June and July, that we're gonna reach the 30K level, and probably by August, September, we are going to see the price of Bitcoin to reach this is a very important resistance, and we touched this level many times. So I am definitely 100% sure that we're not going to cross this level, but I'm expecting the market to reach this level somewhere around September, October, and then it is very likely that we're going to have a major pullback from this level to, it's like somewhere between 45K and 48K, and all the way back down to this area, which would be the 30K. And I am definitely very positive that this is going to happen, because it always happens. So the market is based on cycles, and the cycles are of 4 years. So in the last cycle, we had something very similar happen. And we've talked about this before, but I'm just going to remind you and everyone about it. So in the cycle from 2017 to 2021, once the market reached a bottom, which is here, and in this cycle, this is the bottom, then we had a very positive rally from the bottom to, this is the golden pocket. So for those of you who do not know what the golden pocket is, let me show you real quick. So we have our Fibonacci retracement. We place it from the highest point to the lowest point. Oh, shoot. I don't know why it's going crazy. Okay, but here we go. So this is the golden pocket. And as we can see, we touched it perfectly. And then we had a massive correction. So
now let me ask you a question. Do you
yeah.
think that the 4-year cycle, why is there a 4-year cycle? And do you think it has to do anything to do with elections, politics, that kind of influence? Why is it a 4-year cycle?
It's manipulation. So you have assets that there's a limited amount of assets, right? And we live in a capitalist society. So the people that run the world, they want to have more of these assets. So the regular people cannot buy them. So there's only 21 million Bitcoins. So the people that are the whales, the people that are on the top, they want to make sure that they own all the Bitcoins so they can sell them for a higher price to you and everyone else. So once the market starts going up, like for example, this is on, I don't know, the beginning of 2017. So at the beginning of 2017, you can see, news reporters like Fox News or CNBC or whatever saying that Bitcoin is a scam. Don't buy Bitcoin. It's dead. And nobody's buying Bitcoin because everybody listens to what the news are saying. So then once, well, I wouldn't say everyone, the people that do their research, the smart money is buying Bitcoin because they know what's happening. So once we start seeing that the market is climbing, once we see that, the market is picking up, we start to see Fox News, CNBC, all the news channels telling you to buy. And then you start buying. And the people that know what they're doing, the smart money, fund managers and all that, they know, for example, we have this indicator, which is the RSI. The RSI tells us when a market is overbought.
Yep.
So when the asset is not just for Bitcoin. I mean, you can use the RSI levels for anything. I mean, if I go to Tesla right now, we're gonna see that well, it's almost at overbought levels. So I mean, I would be careful here. And actually, I mean, I hadn't seen Tesla stock in a long time, but we can see here that we touched overbought level, and what happened? We had a tiny correction. So I mean, the market is predictable. The only thing is that you have to learn how the market works, and they don't teach you this in school because the school does not want people that know how the market works and the economy works, because then the scam doesn't work. If you're a farmer and you herd sheep and you have all these oblivious sheeps that just follow you blindly, that's great for your business. But if you're a farmer and your sheep do not follow you and they're like questioning you every turn of the road, they're like, hey, why do you want me to go to that barn? Why do you want me to eat these? Why and so on? I mean, it's not good for you. It's not good for your business. It's the same way on the market. When you start doing your own research and when you understand the market is predictable, I mean, look at this, the RSI indicator that I played out for you. So this is the top and this is the bottom. And I put the RSI, I'm sorry, the Fibonacci retracement. I placed it here and it played out perfectly.
Perfect.
So perfectly. And I mean, this is like 2 years apart.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. The Fibonacci retracement is an incredible tool. And I am expecting something very similar to happen now. If I use the Fibonacci retracement here, let me place it. Hold on. Okay. So we can see here that the golden pocket is in this area, and it is very likely that we're gonna reach these levels. However, just to make sure that nobody misses out from the actual level that we're playing, I like to put my price range a little bit lower, because it's not about, I always tell people, you're never gonna buy the lowest price and you're never gonna sell the highest price.
True.
So you gotta manage your expectations.
Unless you have a time machine.
Yeah, or unless you work for BlackRock.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So you got to manage your expectations. I mean, uh, could we have a bounce at 48K? Absolutely. But why risk it for $3,000 or $4,000? Why not buy at this level? 45K, that it's less risk. Yeah, you're gonna miss out like on 5-10%, but whatever. I mean, the trick is to never miss, because if you're waiting for 48K and let's say that we do not reach 48K, but we reach 47,800, and for $200 you're gonna miss out your buy entry, your sell entry, I'm sorry. And that level is not gonna be reached in, I don't know, a year from now or 2 years from now. So it's not worth it. It's always better for you to manage your expectations. And I'm expecting something like this to happen again, just like it happened before. As I was saying here, the RSI level reached oversold. It reached 77%, and then it started correcting. It corrected a lot. It corrected all the way back to like 4K. And the reason why is because we had the situation with COVID. If we didn't have the situation with COVID, I would have expected to maybe the market to continue from here and never reach this area. But unfortunately, since we had COVID, the market crashed a lot, and this was an opportunity for a lot of people to buy cheap and prepare themselves for the next rally. And you can see, I mean, if you bought here at 4K, 5K, you made a lot of money. So I'm expecting something very similar to happen. I expect this scenario to play out here. However, I am not expecting a massive drop like this one anymore, because I'm definitely sure there's not going to be another major black swan event like COVID. So definitely there's going to be a pullback. Once we reach the golden pocket, which is around this area, we're going to see a massive pullback. I'm expecting it to go back to, somewhere around 30K. And then after that, we're gonna have the halving of Bitcoin. And usually, like 2 or 3 weeks after the halving, we have a continued bull run. So pretty much this, I think when we were at this level, we had the halving, and then this scenario played out. So everything's looking very well. It's looking very positive. I am very excited for the future and the near future of crypto. And it's not just crypto. The S&P 500 is also looking very well right now. We were talking about this last week, and we crossed a major resistance here. The next resistance is at 4,600, and everything's great. Like I said, I'm very happy right now that the market is picking up, and that the U.S. did not default on its debt, because that means that there's going to be more money for the market. And if you're inside the market, this is great for you. If you're not inside the market, if you have your money inside your bank account, this is terrible for you, because this means that the government is going to print more money, and it's going to cause more inflation. So if you're not into the market, please do yourself a favor and study about Elliott waves, study about Bitcoin, study about the S&P 500, because at this point in time, it is very bad for your economic health to not be in the market. It's gonna be terrible. Inflation is eating everyone alive, and you gotta defend yourself, because clearly the government is not doing anything to protect you. But with that said, I want to share with you guys the first article that I wanted to mention. So last week we were talking about how BlackRock was filing for an ETF. And well, for those of you who are not familiar with BlackRock, BlackRock pretty much is the private group of people that control the world. So we live in a capitalist society, and this is terrible. This is terrible for us human beings, because what this means is that the government that we currently have right now, the government does not make up the rules for everyone. So since the government does not make up the rules for everyone, the rules of the system are not fair. What this means is that a few selected group of people make the rules, and then they imply the rules to the government, and then the government applies these rules for everyone except them. So BlackRock is this company, this selected group of families that control the world, because we live in a capitalist society. And I wanted to I want to mention something. If people hearing to this, they're like, oh yeah, well, that's a conspiracy. It's not. This is the truth. I don't know, Justin, if you're familiar with what's happening right now with Donald Trump and Joe Biden and his son, Hunter Biden. So
Oh,
recently,
yes, I'm very
yeah,
aware. Yeah.
yeah. So recently they found a laptop where he has child pornography. He paid money to prostitutes. He was smoking crack. He stole money. He took bribes from a Chinese company. I mean, there's enough evidence to put that man in jail for the rest of his life, and they just pretty much gave him a ticket. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. It gets even worse than that, because that laptop was actually found, forgive me, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was several years ago, 2016, 2017, something like that. Then actually what happened was that the FBI pretty much buried the laptop and said that there wasn't anything significant on it. They wouldn't release any of the anything that was on the laptop to the public. And it goes even further than that, because Trump is now being attacked, obviously, with a million different indictments and everything. And the reason why he's being attacked is because of the information that's come out about the Biden family, that basically during the Obama presidency, when Biden was vice president, the Hunter Biden was placed on the board of Burisma, an oil and gas company in Ukraine, and the Bidens, including Joe, was paid for basically pay to play. They're basically paid for policies to be created and pushed by the vice president, Joe Biden, at that time, to make an investigation go away about their business activity. And so Trump, during his presidency, pushed the Ukrainian government to investigate it. And there was a letter signed by 51 intelligence agents in the U.S. government, basically saying that the whole thing was a bunch of lies, and it was made up Russia collusion. And that sparked the entire impeachment investigation into Trump, and is now the reason why he is one of the reasons why he's being indicted by these people. And it actually turns out to be true, which we all knew it was true. So the level of corruption and the fact that there is plain in sight for anyone who didn't believe it before, the justice system in the United States of America is completely corrupted. And is very, very, very unbalanced, and it only protects a group of elitists that are trying to control this country and the rest of the world. That's my opinion.
No, and it's not just an opinion. That's a fact. I mean, we got the evidence. I mean, we got the evidence in all of our faces. So if we refuse to open our eyes and see what's going on, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you, man. I mean, it's incredible. And I mean, the reason why the world is what it is due to capitalism, because capitalism, pretty much what it really means is that a selected group of people make the rules for everyone. But this is not a government agency. This is a group of families make the rules for everyone, and the rules apply for you, but not for me. And there's a lot of people, I personally am a believer of socialism, but whenever you throw the word socialism, all the people that do not know about the subject, they're like, oh, you're a socialist, oh, you're like a China guy and whatever. Well, that's just the perception that they have in their mind. What socialism actually means is a balance between capitalism and the government making rules. So when you have a socialist country, you have a government that is regulated by the people, by democracy, by people voting, making the rules, and then you have a free market. So this is, I mean, this is actually great for a system of governance, because as I said before, capitalism, the government, democracy, the people, they don't make the rules. The rules are being made by a selected group of families. So that's going all the way to the other extreme. And with socialism, it doesn't work this way. With socialism, yes, there's a free market. Yes, you can be a wealthy family and trade and do whatever you want, but the rules are created by the government, and the government is created by the people, and the people select through democracy who's in charge and who's making the rules. And that's a fair system. Capitalism is not, because capitalism, you do not choose who's the president, you don't choose what's going to happen, the rules, all that. I mean, we have the illusion of who's going to be the president, but that's not how it works. People like from BlackRock and Fidelity and all these guys, they finance their political campaigns, and they put these people in power. And I actually have a video that I want to show with you guys real quick. Hold on, it's not this one, it's this one. So it is interesting. I was actually telling Justin about this. I'm just gonna share a small clip about it. But this guy, I forgot his name. I think it's Kevin O'Keefe. He's the guy from Project Veritas that exposed Pfizer. He exposed James O'Keefe. Yeah, he exposed Pfizer, what they were doing, that they never had the cure for coronavirus, that they were just pushing these to the market to make money and all that. And he got fired from that company, and then he created a new company, and now he's exposing BlackRock. And we have on video a guy from BlackRock saying that BlackRock finances president campaigns, he finances senators, he finances everyone in the government, so that the rules are exactly what they want them to be. I mean, it is crazy. It is very, very crazy, but it is real. I mean, we have people from BlackRock saying this, and I want to share this quick video with you. I mean, there's a full version that we're gonna share in the comments that you can watch later, but I'm gonna share this real quick video of you, so you pretty much understand how the system works. So let me go ahead and share. Okay, full screen, play.
Based on everything we know now, when they say to sell, does that mean we should buy?
And sell, yeah. It's like, Jim Cramer. If you do exactly the opposite of what he's advising, you actually make money.
Huh?
Yeah. It's like, it's called the inverse Cramer.
Based on everything we...
So, yeah, I think I mentioned to you the other day about this, the inverse Cramer ETF. So pretty much, for those of you who are not familiar, Jim Cramer is the host of the most popular finance show in the world. He goes on CNBC live. I don't know if every day, but a few times on the week, and he tells you what to buy and what to sell. And of course, when he tells you to buy something, it goes down, and when he tells you to sell something, it goes up. So that's the way our society works. That's the way the world is run. They tell you to do something, and they tell you to do something, and the opposite happens, because whoever controls the media controls the world. And these people who are in control, they're bad people. They just want you to lose. They don't care about you. They just care about the power. And all this information is being exposed now, because now we have internet, we have cameras on our phones, we have Instagram, we have WhatsApp, we have Twitter. Even Twitter. I mean, I am not sure if you're familiar with the situation, but Twitter was banning free speech. They were they were deleting accounts, blocking accounts of everyone who was exposing the truth about COVID and other matters, until Elon Musk bought the company and made Twitter a 100% free speech platform. So now, I mean, if you have crazy, wild ideas that at the beginning might sound wild but eventually you find out they're true, you can expose them on Twitter, or you can expose them on I mean, not on YouTube, because YouTube works with the government as well, and they're gonna bring your videos down. There's a new YouTube platform called Rumble. So I don't know. I mean, what I'm trying to point at is that there's a selected group of people that are in control of everything. And, and when you're close to the truth, either they kill you, or they shut your business down. And
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's very bad, but the people are opening their eyes now. And I think things are going to change very soon, very quick, for the good. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait.
Definitely waking up in droves for sure. And people like James O'Keefe that are doing real journalism, and others, and projects like ours that are promoting freedom and abundance and decentralization and all of these different things. We're doing this as a community as a whole, and pushing the world in a direction that it needs to go in, because the other direction is not one I want to go in. So that's a great segue as we talk about the corruption here. Something that I think both Fernando and I have been looking at over the last few months, and kind of seeing this confirmed in the last few weeks, is this just total inside job, which we've known about for a while, because Meta One went up against the SEC a long time ago. This has been happening for a few years, and it's really ramped up in the last few months. And now we are seeing exactly what the game is that they're trying to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's another article that I want to share with you guys that is more evidence. So I don't know if you guys remember that a couple of months ago, the SEC came out after Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken.
Yeah, so I got the dates on that. So June 5th of this year was Binance suit was dropped, and then June 6th Coinbase suit was dropped. And of course, we all know there were many suits before that against many other projects, pretty much every project in the space. But in terms of the big boys, and we just shot an update video for the project and are going to be sending that out shortly here. But one of the things that Robert says in that video is, that they are really just ramping up the manipulation and the corruption when they're suing Coinbase and Binance, which specifically Coinbase was started by two Wall Street insiders and is probably the most buddy exchange on the planet, and they're now being sued by the SEC. So anyway, continue.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And actually, Coinbase was actually working with the SEC, and they backstabbed Coinbase. So I mean, it's incredible. But what I was getting at is that they went after Coinbase, Binance, and all that. And once they were all in court, and right now they're fighting against Binance and Coinbase, and once things got really nasty, what do? A week later, they come out with their own exchange. This EDXM is an exchange operated by Citadel, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and other people that work hand by hand with the SEC. So pretty much what the SEC is doing, they're removing competition out of the way so they can bring out their own platform and control the market. So that's illegal. That's a monopoly. That's anti-constitutional. I mean, it just makes me angry to see how they're not even trying to hide it anymore. And all the information is there. I mean, we're going to share all these articles in the comment section. And, please don't just take my word for it. Do your own research, and you're going to find out the ugly truth that it's even uglier than, what you expect. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's very sad, but it's not all bad news. I wanted to share this next article with you guys that SAP, which is pretty much a logistics supply chain management company, which pretty much all the companies in the world, and what do you call the companies that manufacture things?
Like manufacturers.
Yeah. So all the manufacturers use this platform, and they just said that that they're gonna start working with USDC, which is a stable coin. Is a stable coin that operates through Coinbase. I mean, I don't really know how they're gonna do these because right now they're being sued by the SEC. I don't know, maybe Coinbase and the SEC right now they're working on a deal to get this stable coin to be used by all Americans and all industries around the world. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but this is very positive news because this is great for crypto adoption. And yeah, I also wanted to share another article with you guys that the IMF just came out this morning, and they said that maybe it's not the best approach to crypto to ban crypto. And this is very, very funny because a couple months ago, the IMF was urging El Salvador to remove Bitcoin as legal tender. So again, more proof that the government and all these institutions, they are telling you one thing and doing the complete opposite thing. So first they were telling you that Bitcoin is bad, that cryptocurrencies are bad, that stay away from them. And now that they're creating their own ETF, now that they're releasing their own exchange, now they're saying they're telling you like, oh, my bad, maybe we're wrong about crypto. Maybe they're good. Maybe there's a different approach. So I mean, it's crazy, and I just wanted to share all this information with you, Justin, and everyone watching this podcast, because I mean it's tough times right now, and the corruption levels are at all-time high, and we need to wake up. We need to do our own research and realize what's going on right now, because eventually it's gonna be too late. You know how there's talks from the Fed that they're saying that they're gonna release their own CBDC, Fed Now, and it's just crazy. I don't know if you have any thoughts.
I do. So, yeah, absolutely. And just talking about the kind of opposite that they do, right? The whole, they talk one way, but then they do something the other way. We can see this with what we just talked about, that within a small period of time after the SEC, within a small period of time after the SEC basically dropped lawsuits on two of the biggest exchanges in the world, within that happened on June 5th and 6th. And then basically, Deutsche Bank, NASDAQ on, just a couple of weeks ago, and there's a BlackRock on June 21st. I mean, not even 3 weeks later, and they're filing applications for Bitcoin ETFs. It's mind-blowing, right? And even though it doesn't surprise me, but it's the same thing with the IMF. Unfortunately, this article that I'm trying to share is not letting me see the whole thing, but you guys can see probably the headline here. So the IMF is saying they maybe not want to ban crypto. This is exactly why. IMF pushes global central bank digital currency platform as cashless trend gains momentum. I'll drop this link in our show notes so you all can read it. But basically, the essential point of the article is that this is what they're working on back in this behind the scenes, and it's all about control. They do this propaganda narrative where they want to say everything that we can't control is bad, but what we're doing is good. So we're not going to ban our crypto. We're just going to ban your crypto. So
absolutely. No, it's really messed up. And can I share my screen again?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Awesome. So let me share this final article that I have with you guys. So yesterday, the SEC fined JP Morgan after accidentally, quote unquote, deleting 47 million banking records.
Okay.
I mean, this is ridiculous. And I heard some rumors that there were some of the Hunter Biden and Joe Biden stuff included in the deleted emails. I mean, this is ridiculous. How do you accidentally delete 47 million banking records?
No,
And
this is just like Gary Gensler coming before the House Chair Committee on Finance and saying to them that he doesn't know what a security is and he can't tell you if crypto. I think he was specifically talking about Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc.
Yeah.
What are they? What are they not? They're playing a game. It's not we lost records. You know what I guarantee was also in those deleted financial records that they deleted? Everything that had to do with Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. I'm sure I would bet money on it.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I read an article a couple of weeks ago that JP Morgan settled around $500 million with some of Epstein's clients.
Yep.
Something like that. So, and before that, I think JP Morgan, they had a cargo ship with $1.3 billion worth of cocaine. And this ship was from JP Morgan. So we got JP Morgan involved in drugs, JP Morgan involved in sex traffic, and then we got JP Morgan involved in deleting emails and stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, if this article doesn't bring it home for you and understand what's going on, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, there's an old saying that there are three kinds of people in the world: those who see when they're shown, and those who do not see at all. And if you do not see at all, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, the evidence is here. I mean, imagine this, like JP Morgan tells you, hey, whoops, sorry, we deleted 47 million. Yeah, sorry, my bad. But if you don't pay tax on your $600 BMO transaction, you go to jail.
Yeah, absolutely. I was listening to a podcast the other day. They were talking about the whole Hunter Biden thing with the slap on the wrist and the indictment and all that. And the host of the podcast basically said, if we did if one of us did half of those things that Hunter Biden did, we would be in jail for the rest of our life.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely, I completely agree with everything you said. And I think here's the thing, everybody. We can talk about how bad the world is all day long. I think it's important to obviously stay educated and to stay on top of things. And at the same time, we want to look towards a future that is a bright one. And that's what we're doing here at Meta One, and many other people are doing. If you want to be involved in that, check out our project, check out other projects that are decentralizing, that are promoting freedom and abundance. And, I really believe that, I'm going to steal some words from Andy Frisella, but I'm going to give him credit. He says that the ultimate rebellion is personal excellence, and I really think that's the truth. They want you sick, they want you brainwashed, they want you fat, they want you poor. So instead of being those things, be the opposite. Rebel, be very knowledgeable, be financially free and literate, be healthy, be strong. Be strong in your moral values, in your faith. I think that all of those things are ultimately the most important rebellion. And open your eyes, because here's the thing: this is a very simple thing to fix. How we fix this is if we all stand up together and we say no. The thing is it's just like what's happening. This is exactly what we can do in the power. Everybody knows about the Bud Light thing and the Dylan Mulvaney, all of that, and how if you look at their brand, this iconic American brand has gone down the toilet, right? Yeah. And it is so bad that they're literally saying that it's possible that Bud Light will never recover, which is what it is. That's whatever. But the point of what I'm trying to say is where you put your money is so important. So instead of supporting Fidelity, instead of supporting Citadel, BlackRock, all of these places that you're placing your money in, and you're involved in this Main Street stuff, start looking at things like putting your money into Meta One or into other decentralized projects, or supporting companies that are doing good in your community and that are giving jobs to the people in your community and are helping and giving back. and are truly about the values that you stand for. Because when we go ahead and we and have a Wells Fargo bank account, which probably will get seized tomorrow, even if you don't do anything. When you shop at Walmart or buy from Amazon, and when you decide to think that President Biden is a good guy, all of these things that you're choosing to do with your money is continuing to support the insidious, corrupt, socialist, communist, anti-human agenda that all of these people are perpetuating, to the ultimate goal of them being in power at the top and us either not even existing or just being their slaves. And that's exactly what they want to do. I know that that's maybe a little bit controversial for people to hear, but that's truly my belief. I really think that that's their end game. And I think that we as a human race can literally squash this tomorrow if we come together, we unify, we use our minds, and we rebel in these ways that I just talked about. So, I invite each and every one of you to, think about that and how you conduct your life on a regular basis, who you put your money with, and what are we supporting? One of the things that we're doing here at Meta is creating an alternative economy. And the goal is to have an economy that's based on freedom, that is doing business with people who believe in the same things that you believe in. Freedom, abundance, no oppression, no of these people that are in these roles that are literally trying to make humanity a slave. And slaves. So that's what I think, and that's what I think that we can do to really change this. What are your thoughts, Fernando?
Absolutely. And one thing that I want to emphasize so back to this article, JP Morgan deletes 47 million banking records and the information is gone forever. So this is what happens when you adopt a centralized system. When you have a centralized system, you have a selected group of people in control of all the information, and they can do whatever they want with that information. They can delete it, they can alter it, they can say, oh no, the numbers are wrong, and it's actually them lying. But when you adopt this new technology called blockchain, this is the technology that runs in Meta One's blood, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the cryptocurrencies, this is no longer possible because the ledgers are public and immutable. This means that in order for you to delete these 47 million banking records, you have to hack all the computers in the world, and within 15 minutes while the next block is produced, and to alter the information. This is pretty much impossible. No, there's no technology. Even with a quantum computer, you cannot do this. It's literally impossible to do. So again, we need decentralized infrastructure. We need to get rid of the old system that is centralized, and we need to implement blockchain technology to every aspect of our lives. Absolutely, for voting systems, for finance, for smart cities, for medical records, for housing records, for everything. Because this way we are making sure that we're using a technology that is public, immutable, and accessible to anyone, anywhere in the world. And that's what we're doing right now. The future is now. The future is happening right now, 2023. The technology already exists. It's not just crypto. We also have AI. We are literally in the future. We have in our hands the power to change the world. Today, the only thing we have to do is educate ourselves, understand what blockchain is, and demand that all of our governments use blockchain infrastructure to eradicate corruption and all these nonsense of companies like JP Morgan deleting 47 million banking records. Imagine that. That's ridiculous. That's unacceptable and ridiculous.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Well, I kind of want to end on a high note here. I thought this was really, really cool. So I'll link this article in the show notes, but basically the Indonesian government revealed a list of 501 tradable currencies, cryptocurrencies. So the Indonesian government has basically adopted a really very crypto friendly set of rules and regulations for the crypto space. It's well thought out, it's logical, and basically they have put out a list of tradable cryptocurrencies that is over 500 different tokens long. And I just thought that was really cool and such a positive thing versus what we're seeing here in America.
Yeah.
So I just thought that would be cool to share.
Awesome. Yeah, sure. A little light at the end
Absolutely.
of the
Well, Fernando, any closing words?
I just want to say thank you to everyone listening to the podcast. If you like what we're doing, give us a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I hope that we see you again next week.
Awesome. The light is going to win. The good is going to win. I know that humanity is going to win. We're already winning. Let's just continue to keep our heads up and rebel against these agendas and come together in love and unity and peace and abundance. And the world is going to change for our future generations and hopefully for some of us. So thank you so much, everybody. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And let us know what you think about the show. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.